Reece Scruggs is lead guitarist of Denver metal band Havoc, who are currently on a headlining tour of North America. We asked him how the tour was going so far.
Been on the road for about 45 days now or something. Got about I don't know, a week and a half left or whatever it is, and it's been really good. And we've gone everywhere in North America pretty much, both Canada, all over the U.S. and Dayton, Mexico, and Juarez. Being the only band on the bill and the headlining band, we get opportunities to backline our kits, get there early, sound check, all this stuff, and something you wouldn't normally get to do when you're a supporting act or whatever it is. Usually that's reserved for the headliner, but that's what we are on this tour.
Havoc recently released a new album titled Unnatural Selection.
Yeah, we released Unnatural Selection in June 25th, and it's been received really well, and we switched it up a little bit as far as the music goes. We have some parts on the new album that are just slamming, mid-tempo, groove-oriented type, songs, and we wanted to add a little bit more diversity, a little bit more color and stuff to our sound, so that when we're playing live, it's just not all break your neck fast.
We asked what the process was behind the writing of the album.
Well, it would happen in a couple different ways. It would never happen as in we would be separated from each other and then someone would have like a complete song. Dave would kind of do that, but it would end up being like we would get into the jam room and it'd be like, hey, I got this riff, hey, I got this riff, hey, I got this riff. I had some way different sounding things than what Dave would write, and Dave, of course, had like the standard kind of Havoc stuff everybody's been hearing on Burn and Time Is Up and stuff. So
we then asked Reece about some of the influences for Havoc's music.
My influences, as well as everybody else's influences behind what we wrote on the new album, was coming from a standpoint of bands that influence us so much and are so big and are so legendary, have groove, mid-paced oriented type riffs and songs and stuff like that, like New Level from Pantera and Walk and stuff like that, like coming off of a Pantera standpoint, or even like a Black album, the Metallica Black album, like mid-paced jam songs, like still heavy, very heavy, but can tone it down a little bit and get in the pocket as opposed to million notes per second, like kind of thing.
We asked him what his favorite song on the album was.
I Am the State's probably my favorite song. I had the opening riff in it for years and years, as well as like Dave has had lots of riffs on the album for a long time. But I Am the State, it's not only like one of my favorite songs, or if my favorite song on Unnatural Selection, but it's my favorite song to play live. It is just so packed full of energy, and it's got a ripping guitar solo.
Finally, we wanted some insight into the driving message behind Unnatural Selection.
The number one, like the universal message in the whole album, I guess, would be to think for yourself, always question, and keep an open mind to everything. Nothing is really set in stone, and question like your political affiliations and your religious affiliations, any of that kind of stuff, because some of it is outdated. Question those things and ask yourself, are they really necessary? Is this really necessary for me to live a better life? And sometimes you'll come out with no.